Anya woke up in a hospital bed, her head throbbing with pain. She looked around and saw Mark, David's employee, sitting by her side.
Mark?
Anya, you're awake. How are you feeling?
My head hurts. But I'm alive.
Yes, you are, and you're safe now.
Mark, you need to tell me everything.
Mark told Anya that he had gone to David's house for official work. The main door was open, and when he went inside, he saw Anya lying unconscious on the floor, bleeding profusely. He immediately called 911.
Thank you for saving my life.
I would do anything for you, Anya. You're the strongest and bravest woman I know.
I don't know about that, but I do know that I'm not done with David yet.
Mark was shocked and saddened to hear Anya's words. He couldn't believe that she still loved David after everything he had done to her.
Anya, you deserve so much better than David. He's a dangerous man. He's not worth your love.
I know. But I can't help it. I still love him.
But he doesn't love you. He loves Sarah.
No, he doesn't. He's just blinded by her. She's a manipulator. She's using him.
Anya, please don't waste your time on David. He's not worth it.
I can't give up on him. I love him.
Mark sighed. He knew that there was nothing he could say to change Anya's mind. She was determined to save her marriage, even if it meant putting herself in danger.
Fine. But if you ever need help, I'm here for you.
Thank you, Mark. I know.
Mark took care of Anya, and soon she was discharged from the hospital. Mark watched as Anya walked away. He was heartbroken to see her so in love with a man who didn't love her back. He knew that she was headed for disaster, but he couldn't do anything to stop her. Mark thought about how Anya could still love David after everything he had done to her. Mark knew that David was not worth Anya's love. She deserved so much better. He hoped that one day Anya would realize that and move on with her life. Until then, Mark would be there for her, no matter what. Anya's heart was breaking. She couldn't believe that David, the man she loved more than anything in the world, had betrayed her so cruelly. He had hit her, left her for dead, and now he was back with Sarah. Anya knew that she had to do something to save her marriage. She had to make David see that Sarah was the one who was bad for him. Anya went straight to Sarah's house. She knocked on the door and Sarah answered.
Anya! What are you doing here?
I need to talk to you. Why are you hanging around with David when you know he is already married? Why are you doing this?
Because I love him.
You don't love him. You love yourself. You love the power you have over him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. You know that David is a weak man. He's easily manipulated. And you're using him to your advantage.
That's not true.
It is true. And you know it.
Fine, maybe I am using David. So what? You husband is mine now. I will not leave him at any cost.
He's not yours. He belongs to me.
You're delusional. David loves me. He's never going back to you.
We'll see about that.
I'm warning you, Anya, don't mess with me.
I'm not afraid of you. And I'm not going to give up on David without a fight.
Anya walked out of Sarah's house. Anya went back home, hoping to make peace with David. But when he came back home late at night, he was furious to see her. He demanded to know what she was doing there and told her that he was going to divorce her and marry Sarah. Anya tried to reason with him, but he was not in a listening mood.
I'm not going to give up on Sarah. I love her.
But she doesn't love you. She's only using you.
You don't know anything about her. You're just jealous.
I'm not jealous. I'm worried about you. Sarah is a dangerous woman.
I don't care. I'm going to marry her.
He was blinded by love and couldn't see the truth. He grabbed her arm and dragged her towards the house gate. He threw her out of his house, slamming the door behind her. Anya lay on the ground, stunned and humiliated. She could not believe that David had treated her this way. She had loved him and trusted him, and he had betrayed her in the worst possible way. She got up and brushed herself off. She was alone in the middle of the night, shivering with cold, with nowhere to go. She felt lost and scared. Anya stood alone in the middle of the cold, cruel night, crying and sobbing. The road was empty and looked scary. She could hear the buzzing of crickets and the howling of wolves. She started to walk fast as she could. Suddenly, she hears the sound of a car coming from a distance. Anya gets scared. She starts running as fast as she can, her heart pounding in her chest. She can hear the sound of a car getting closer and closer. She falls, but she gets up immediately and keeps running. The road is empty, and the only sound is the sound of Anya's footsteps and the car engine. Anya can see the car headlights in the distance. She knows that she has to get away, but she's starting to get tired. The car is getting closer and closer. Anya can see that it's a black SUV. She can also see that the windows are tinted, so she can't see who's inside. Anya's heart is in her throat. She's terrified. She doesn't know what to do. She's running as fast as she can, but the car is faster. The car pulls up alongside Anya. She stumbles and falls to the ground. The car stops and the driver's side door opens. Anya looks up with frightened eyes.